Hello again and welcome to another Warhammer 8th edition Imperial Guard leaks video. Today we will be going over part 2 of the Astra Militarum / Imperial Guard Codex indices, whatever you want to call it. Basically guys, this is going to be an early sneak preview to Imperial Guard HQ choices in 8th edition. So, let's go through it. Essentially, on the picture in front of you now, we have the two main sort of commanders of the Imperial Guard. We have the company commander and the tank commander. So, first thing to get off the bat, guys, I'm kind of sad about this. I'm kind of very sad about this, actually. But there's no such thing as a company command squad anymore. There's just the company commander. Commanders are now single model individual units. They cannot join other squads. They're just on their own now. So, but you know, so that's kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie, that is kind of sad because one of the awesome, unique, cool mechanics of the Imperial Guard has always been command squads. You know, that's how we work. We don't have individual characters. Our commander is a man and he has his advisors and his helpers and sometimes just some grizzled bastards next to him. So I am sad about that. But it's only really a cosmetic change. And in some ways you'll see that the company commander has been buffed. So, again, the Emperor giveth and the Emperor taketh away. Because on the one hand, it's kind of sad for company commanders. But on the other side, tank commanders now no longer need a bodyguard tank. Tank commanders can be run separately as their own thing. So, that's good. No longer need to take a tax tank. You can just take a tank commander on his own. So, that's good. But let's go through the company commander first. So, company commander's stats. He has movement 6, weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 3, toughness 3, wounds 4, attacks 3, leadership 8, save 5+. Now, buffs there are, he has +1 wound. Nerf is, I believe he has -1 leadership now. I believe the company commander used to have leadership 9 and now he has leadership 8. So that's sad. Equipment. The company commander is a single model armed with a las pistol, chainsword and frag grenades. Las pistols, chainswords and frag grenades are pretty self-explanatory. We've already covered those in some of the rumours. But just a quick overview. Las pistol, 12-inch range, 1 shot. Chainsword, strength, close combat weapon, strength user, but +1 attack. Frag grenade, 6-inch range, so 2 inch less than currently. Grenade D6. So if you're within 6 inches with your company commander and you have to fight with him, there's never any point in not using the frag grenade, guys. Number one, get that out there. If you're within 6 inches with your company commander, you throw that frag grenade because it's just better than his last pistol. War gear options. This model may replace its chainsword with an item from the Astra Militarum melee weapon list. So power sword, power axe, power maul or power fist. The model may replace its last pistol with a shotgun or an item from the Astra Militarum range weapon list. This is fucking cool. We can now have company commanders with shotguns. We couldn't get that before. And shotguns have had a buff. Have a look at the shotgun, guys. It's assault 2, so standard procedure, strength 3, standard, but if it's within half range, you add +1 strength. Fucking awesome. Guard players for ages have been asking, please, 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 can we have some decent bloody shotguns? Well, now we do. I will still be perfectly happy if Space Marine shotguns are strength 4 all the time, because they're kind of meant to be. I haven't looked yet. But regular shotguns being strength 4 half range, I'll take it. I'll very much take that, and it's cool that we even get that option. I never even realised that I wanted a shotgun captain, But now that I can take one, I really want to model one. And I've got loads of spare shotgun bits from my Arbeits army, so that's going to be fantastic. Abilities, voice of command, so he can issue issue orders. Specifically, he has the senior officer special rule, so he can issue 2 orders. You must resolve the effect of the first order before issuing the second order. So that's it's kind of awesome. Essentially, you do an order. It doesn't matter if you have a company commander or a junior commander. You do an order, and whatever order you do the orders in whatever order you want, but you have to resolve it before you move on to the next one. And a final little tidbit: refractor field. This model has a 5+ invuln save. Nice. It's nice to see that we keep that. I mean, essentially, that does mean, guys, you're never, ever, ever going to use your flak armor. You're always going to use your 5+ invuln. But whatever, I'll take it. Faction keywords: Imperium, Astra Militarum Regiment, which we covered last time. Keywords: character, infantry officer, company commander. Cool. Right, so overall, what do I feel about the company commander? Well, apart from the fact he's lost his ability to have a bunch of dog's bodies following him around, which is just sad, I think he's improved. I would say overall he's vastly improved with that extra wound, and always hitting on a 3+ now. I mean, that's just great. It cannot be stressed enough how important it is him being a single model on his own. I mean, essentially, if you've seen in my battle reports, guys, or you've experienced it yourself, especially if you're playing Tau, the first thing the Tau player does is nuke your company command squad. Well, he can't do that anymore. He can't nuke it. He can take sniper drones and do it, but he can't just nuke it with a buff commander and missile team. So that's good to know. So overall, I'd say company commanders are good, and I will be running a minimum of 2 or 3 of them. That's how good they are. Tank commander. Now, a tank commander is a single model. He rides to battle from the cupola of a Lehman Russ battle tank, which is equipped with a battle cannon and a heavy bolter. The battle cannon. There's so much interesting stuff here. Essentially, we're going to go through the weapons first, guys. No, we'll go through the stats first. My mistake. We've already sort of seen these stats in the reveal, so there's nothing major that we need to really focus on. But we'll go through them anyway. So, at full strength first, your commander has a 10-inch move for Lehman Russes. So, fucking hell, Lehman Russ has got +4 inches on movement. That's great. Hits on a 3+ and attacks 3 in close combat. Weapon skills 6+. It's kind of to be expected. It's a fucking tank. 3+ ballistic skill, strength 7, toughness 8, wounds 12, leadership 7, save 3+. So, a pretty solid commander. However, he can be nuked straight from the beginning, so remember that. The battle cannon. We've already seen the disappointment, which is the battle cannon. And unfortunately, that is what we've got to deal with. It's heavy D6, strength 8, AP -2, D3 wounds. Yeah, I mean, I'm just not overly impressed with the battle cannon. Not much more to be said. Demolisher cannon. Oh, the Demolisher cannon has been nerfed so hard. Oh, it's just bullshit. I mean, heavy D3, guys, unless you're attacking a unit with more than 5 models. It's just useless. It's just so useless. I mean, it's so stupid. Because it's just not very good at fighting. The Demolisher used to be like, I'm going to fuck up your vehicle. I'm going to fuck up your vehicle majorly. I'm going to lob this shell at it, and it's going to have with its high strength, it's going to smash through your armor, and I'm going to do damage to you. And now it's like, well, D3 shots, I'm not going to hit with that many of them. It's apparently the Demolisher cannon is better at blowing up bigger squads of guys, and it's just like, what? I don't understand. I just don't understand. Anyway, the Martial Cannon, guys, I'm telling you now, I can... Battle Cannon, not going to use it in 8th edition. The Martial Cannon, not going to use it in 8th edition. Just not going to do it. It's just not worth it. Eradicator Nova Cannon, 36-inch range, heavy D6, so strength 6, AP -2. Ignores cover. That's okay. If it's cheap, I haven't looked at all the points of the different weapons yet, guys, but if it's cheap, it'll be okay. But again, it's heavy D6, yo. Like, it might be alright on a tank commander, but on our other basic Leman Russes, I can't see any of these being good. Executioner Plasma Cannon. So guys, number one important rule now, if you don't know, is that Gets Hot is now optional on all plasma guns. Plasma guns now do only get hot if you decide to supercharge them. Supercharging them gives them +1 strength and +1 damage. So if we look at the Executioner Plasma Cannon, it is heavy D6. The bane of the Leman Russ will be this heavy D6. I thought, guys, I honestly thought that they were going to keep it as 3D3 to represent it 3 small blasts. Now, the Executioner Plasma Cannon essentially just fires a large blast. I mean, it's plasma, so it's strength 7, AP -3, which is good, I guess. But it's unreliable. I can see this being given to Pask because I believe Pask has a hits on a 2+. Pask with an Executioner Plasma Cannon will be nasty. Supercharged, like I said, it gets hot. Supercharge is heavy D6, strength 8, AP -3, damage 2. If you make one or more hit rolls of 1, the bearer suffers D6 mortal wounds after all this weapon shots have been resolved. So there is a chance that if you take an Executioner and give it plasma cannons, you might blow your vehicle up in one go. There is one thing that can mitigate that. There's a special rule, if you look down at the bottom, guys, called Emergency Plasma Vent. This model fires a supercharged plasma cannon and you roll 1 or more hit rolls of 1. It is not automatically destroyed. Instead, it suffers 6 mortal wounds and cannot fire any plasma cannons the rest of the battle. Don't know how I feel about that. So I guess it's just stupid, guys. Anyway, moving on. Guys, I will admit I'm wrong. I was wrong about something. The Exterminator autocannon will not be the rape train that I predicted it would be. It's good, but Games Workshop have bent us over and fucked us in the ass with this one. It is absolute bullshit. Every other twin-linked weapon in the Guard book got double the shots. The Exterminator autocannon, nuh-uh. It's just heavy 4. Games Workshop, if you watch these videos, I'm telling you now, that weapon needs to be made heavy 8. It needs to be made heavy 8. If you want any chance of Leman Russes being used in 8th edition, that weapon needs to be heavy 8. Or, if you want Leman Russes to be used at all of these weapons need sorting out. All of them. Because they're a fucking joke. So the Exterminator Cannon, heavy 4, 48 range, heavy 4, strength 7, AP -1, damage is a flat 2. That's good. I'm happy with the flat 2 damage. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're running a tank commander, guys, if you love Pask, if you're a Guard commander that always uses Pask, consider the Exterminator autocannon. There's something to be said with firing 4 shots that hit on a 2+ with AP -1, 2 damage per shot. Something to be said for that. Going on, heavy bolter, standard, heavy, don't need to go over that. Heavy flamer, 8 inches, heavy D6, strength 5, AP -1. Weapon automatically hits. Heavy stubber, The heavy stubber is an interesting beast. There's now a viable sort of, an interesting choice to make between the heavy stubber and the storm bolter, because the heavy stubber's got 36-inch range, but it's only heavy 3, strength 4. But the storm bolter is rapid fire 2, but at 24-inch range. So essentially, if you are going to be sitting your tanks at the back of the board and dackering with them, you want to take the heavy stubber because it's got the longer range and you're going to consistently get that extra shot. However, if you consistently find yourself driving forward with your tanks to shoot with them and to get nice and close, you're going to want the storm bolter for the additional 2 shots at 12-inch range. 4-shot storm bolters are pretty tasty. Going back up though, las cannon, we already know what that does. Multi-melter, we already know what that does. Plasma cannon, we already know what that does. Heavy D3. Punisher Gatling cannon, 24-inch range, heavy 20, strength 5. So I can still see Pask and a Punisher being a go-to unit. Because Pask and a Punisher is now going to wound anything on a 5+ at the least, I should say. There's going to be very few things out there which are toughness 10. Pask and a Punisher hits on a 2+, so those heavy shots are going to be really powerful. Especially when you consider some of the orders that we're going to go through in a moment. So I think that regular Lehman Russes, standard Lehman Russes, are dead and gone. I can't see any reason to take a regular Lehman Russ. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't. All the main weapons have been nerfed. All of them. Think about it. Ask yourself, why would you ever take... Ask yourself honestly, where is the incentive to take any of these heavy weapons on a regular Lehman Russ? I can't see one. I honestly can't. Maybe the Punisher. That's all I can say. The Vanquisher, by the way, Mr. Vanquisher is a bit shit. It's just a long-range melter shot. There's no... it's hard to say, but you're probably best taking... The Vanquisher on Past would be interesting, but that's it. Yeah, guys, because here's the thing, right, hear me out. Back in 7th edition, and this video is dragging on, but bear with me. Back in 7th edition, what you would often do is you would take your tank commanders and you would give them things like a Punisher or a Vanquisher, because you would take advantage of their extra ballistic skill, especially with Pask and Preferred Enemy. And then your regular Lehman Russes, you would take as Blast Lehman Russes to get round their mediocre ballistic skill, or you take the Exterminator because it had Twin Linked, which meant that you had that extra chance to hit. Now, there is no such thing as Blast Lehman Russes, which means the Lehman Russes' crappy ballistic skill of 4+ makes pretty much every single one of those weapons useless. Because every single one of those weapons is affected by the Lehman Russ's terrible ballistic skill. So the only time I can see anyone taking a Lehman Russ is as a tank commander and Pask. That's the only time I can see it. Anyway, let's carry on, shall we? War gear options. This model may replace battle cannon with blah 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 blah. The model may replace heavy bolter, heavy flamer, or a las cannon. The model may take 2 heavy bolters, 2 heavy flamers, 2 multi-melters, or 2 plasma cannons. The model may take a heavy stubber or a storm bolter. Okay. Abilities: grinding advance. This model does not suffer the penalty to turret weapon hit rolls for shooting a heavy weapon on a turn in which it has moved. The following weapons are turret weapons: Battle Cannon, Eradicator, Exterminator, Vanquisher, Demolisher, Executioner, and Punisher Gatling Cannon. That's cool. So essentially, guys, you've kind of got you've kind of got a shitty version of heavy and lumbering behemoth mashed together. So if you move the Leman Russ, your heavy bolters and stuff will now be, your sponson and your whole weapon will now be hitting on a 5+, but your main turret weapon will still be hitting on a 4+. So basically what it boils down to with the Leman Russ is you can move faster with your 10-inch move. You can move faster than you could before, but you are going to hit less often. And you have very little way of getting around it on a standard Leman Russ. So, whatever. Explodes if this blah, 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 blah. Smoke launchers, -1 to hit. Tank orders. It's very similar to normal orders. We've already gone through, in terms of how they're implemented, sorry. I've already gone through emergency path events. So, let's look at tank orders themselves. 3 orders. Number 1. Let me just double check. This model can issue Leman Russes. Tank or pick a target Leman Russ. Yeah, it's only Leman Russes. Okay. Full throttle. Instead of shooting this phase, the ordered model immediately moves if it were in the movement phase. It must advance. So, guys, we've got Leman Russes here that can go a minimum of 22 inches in a turn. So, Leman Russes are fast as shit now, guys. They're really fast if you want them to be. You've got Leman Russes that can go a potential 32 inches in one turn. I mean, absolutely crazy. Gunners kill on sight. Reroll hit rolls of 1. That's going to be amazing on Pask. I reckon Pask will just... if you take Pask, all you're going to do with him every turn is order himself to reroll hits of 1. And Strike and Shroud. This order can only be issued to a model that has not yet used its smoke launchers during the battle. The ordered model can shoot weapons and launch its smoke at the same time. Okay, so... what do I think of tank commanders as a general? As a whole? I think tank commanders and their orders are good. And I think they're going to be a nice staple unit for the guard. I think that honestly, if you're a guard commander that regularly takes sort of 1 or 2 Leman Russes, just take tank commanders now. Don't bother with, or Pask, don't bother with regular Leman Russes. They're fucked. I'm sorry, guys. They are just completely fucked. I think tank commanders are good. I think regular Leman Russes are boned. Not much more to say about it, guys. Like I said, this is the first hint that we have that infantry is going to be better than armour for the guard. First hint that we've had. I'll be back in the next video looking at some more of the HQ choices that we get, like junior officers and command squads, which are a bit different to what we normally use. But I'll put that in the next video. So, guys, tell me what you think. Are you excited for the Cubberley Commander? Are you sad for the Tank Commander? It's very important that you guys give me comments so I can learn from things that I may have potentially missed. I have tried to go over absolutely everything, but I may have missed something. So, of course, guys, please let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments.